Hi everyone, it is Teacher Sally. Today's video is going to be about a preview of Lightly Roll, which is the second song in Suzuki Book 2. So, before we dive into the song, let's start with some scale. We're going to play the A major scale. Before we play, I would like everyone to take their violin hand up. Okay, this is the violin hand, the hand which you use to hold a violin. And then I would like you to try align your first, second, third, and fourth finger to the bolts on your screen. Touch them. So the pinky, and then the ring finger, the middle finger, the first finger. Touch them like this on the screen. Touch the bolt with each of these finger. Okay? So when you're done, you probably will find that your hand become a shape like this. And this is the pattern, the finger pattern that we're going to use for a lightly roll as well as the A major. Alright, when you're ready, let's go on and get ready to play our A major scale. We're only going to play the first five notes, first five notes of the A major scale, starting on the open A. So remember the pattern you made just now? Have it on the violin, on the A string. And now listen first. This is how it's going to sound like from A string, open A string. And then you don't need to use a pinky, just go to E open string. Okay, one more time. So starting on open A, and then first finger, second finger, third finger, and change the bow to open E. Okay, so it will look like this on the finger bow. A, B, C sharp, D, and then you play the E here, okay? Alright, when you're ready, let's start together. From open A, 3, 2, 1, and then we will start, okay? 3, 2, 1. Open E. Great job. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Alright, last time in this attempt, in this playing, I would like everyone to look at their bow, or if you have a mirror, look into the mirror. This time, when we play this A major scale up, the challenge is to keep your bow on highway 3 all the time and produce a beautiful tone. When you're ready, have your bow on highway 3, and we're going to start after 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. I hope everyone did it. And then let's move on to the next way to read. So unlike just now we have all the bows lining up, now we have something interesting. We have letter, we have numbers. So some of you may already know what the letter and numbers mean, but you may be confused about the H2 in the middle. So what does an H2 mean? An H2 means a high 2. So when we use the red finger pattern, just like what you did when you align your finger with the bolt on the screen, this finger pattern is what we call the red finger pattern. And therefore, you can see that the second finger is actually higher because it sticks with the third finger. A high 2 is the second finger that sticks with the third finger. If your high 2 stick with your first finger, we call that a low 2, and therefore it will be written as L2, okay? So now we're using an H2, a high 2, and let's try to play the A major scale. This time, I would like everyone to think about the fingering before they start the note and sing with the fingering. For example, like this. 0, A0, A1, A2, H2, 3, E0 or open E. Whichever way you feel comfortable singing the fingering. So Let's try together. Always sing or name or speak the fingering before you play the note. So from open A, 1, 2, 3. Open A, first finger, high 2, 3, open E. Alright, let's try again. Open A, first finger, high 2, third finger, open E. Alright, so that's the second way to play the A major scale. Now let's look at the third way. This time we're going to sing the note name of the first 5 notes in A major. They are A, B, C sharp, D, and then open E, right? E. So let's sing the note name before you play every note, just like how we did for the fingering. When you're ready, we'll start. 3, go. A, B, C sharp, D, E. Alright, one more time. 1, 2, 3, go. A, B, C sharp, D, E. So that is the A major scale, the first 5 notes of them, and we're going to use it in lightly roll really often. Okay, so before we introduce the note of a song, let's try to sing this song together. This is called the Independence High 2. We actually use the melody of lightly roll, but we invent some new lyrics to it, and it sounds like this. Lightly roll, 1 and high 2 on the A, tap, 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 bow on E string, pizzicato on the E. Or the last 2 lines you can exchange a little bit, depending on whether you have a bow on or whether you have the hand on. For example, now let's start with pizzicato. So we're going to put our bow down, and we're going to hold our violin on playing position, and then we're going to do this. Lightly roll, 1 and high 2 on the A, tap, 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 bow or hand on E string, pizzicato on the E. So I would like you to press the E like that. Alright, so let's sing this song and do the activity together. When you're ready, you can try to follow, sing with me, or you can just wait for the E and of course do the tapping. Put your finger down, 1 and 2 down, while at the end you play the E. So when you play the E, the first and second finger has to be down on the A string, which also implies when you have your first and second finger down, they cannot touch the E string. They have to leave the E string alone. That is the tricky part. Make sure you form a tunnel with your finger, like round and circle tunnel with the fingers, like an arc. Okay, and then let's try to do this activity together. Ready, go, and lightly roll, 1 and high 2 on the A, tap, 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 hand on E string, pizzicato on the E. Right, so that's about pizzicato. Now let's try to take the bow. Now take the bow back. Make sure the bow is beautiful. And we're going to sing that again. But this time we're going to sing bow on E string. At the end, we're going to sing a bow on E string. Ready, play the open E. Okay, so let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, and sing. Lightly roll, 1 and high 2 on the A, tap, 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 bow on E string. Ready, play the open E. Okay? So that's how it works. Wow, let's do it second time together, okay? 1, 2, 3, and sing. Lightly roll, one and high, two on the A. Tap, 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 bow on E string. Ready, play the open E. Like this. So if you make some noise like, oh, I can't play my open E, that probably means your fingers on the A string is touching the E a little bit. So in that case, shuffle it, put them down again. Just tap and touch the A string really lightly and see if they are touching your E string at all. Okay, so let's move on to our next activity. Wow, another song. Again, this is designed to sing with the lightly roll melody, but with a different lyric. And it implies the fingering of lightly roll. So it sounds like that. Skip a step, scale up from A to E. Skip one step and skip one more step. Skip one step between each note. Start from the B, B to D. Start from C sharp, go to E. Skip one step and skip one more step. Great job playing lightly roll. So that's how we sing. If I sing the song and show you the fingering, you'll probably see the relationship. So let's see how I show it here. So we play from E to C sharp, we skip the D, right? But now we're only playing E, C sharp, we skip the D. And therefore, the first line, we sing skip a step, and then the second line, scale up from the A to E. You can see that we're doing a scale here from A, right, to E, just like what we did just now in the warm-up. Isn't it? So scale up from the A to E. And then what happened next is we skip a step again. We skip the D. Right? Skip one step and then skip one more step. This time what to do is skip. Skip one more step. One, da, 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 D, B, B, B. We skip the second finger, which is a C sharp. Instead of da da da, we now do D B, D B B B. Skip one more step, right? And the third line, it sounds like this. So the feature here is you skip a finger between each note. If you remember an A major scale, now the third line sounds like this. Skip the D. So that's why the lyrics is written that way. Feel free to sing the song when you play this, when you play it on a violin, or just sing it when you're doing your grocery, or when you're in a car going back home, going to school. So now let's go to the music. This is the music of lightly roll, and if I play through the whole thing, it will sound like this. Scale. Skip the D. Skip the C sharp. Skip a note between all of them. And then B, 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 B to D. between each note. So we can see how that works. And at the end, let's play together really slowly. It's okay if you cannot follow at this moment because it do takes practice to play fluently. But try your best to play along, or maybe to finger along with the playing, or maybe sing along with the lyrics when you listen to the playing. Okay, you can sing either the fingering song, or you can sing the Independence High 2 song. So up to you. Or you can do the bow hand together when you listen to the music. Da-dum-bum, do the bow, da-dum-bum, like that. So here is a whole song without any interruption in between. Ready, go, and that's the end of the video. Happy practicing, and feel free to let me know whenever you have a question. See you next time.